I'm Leigh Sparks, and I live here in Carpinteria. I paint. I have a little art gallery called In Plein Air on Linden, right next to the Worker Bee Cafe. So I represent other artists and use it as my studio.
Describe the type of art you do.
I mostly do in plein air landscapes is when I go out to the field with my little pochade box and paint, and I'm focusing on rural Carpinteria and just capturing the essence of our legacy here.
Nice. Can you tell me your life history in less than a minute?
Well, our family goes back 130 years, so it's going to take more than a minute. No, just kidding. Actually, my great-grandparents came to Carpinteria in 1880. And they had from Sweden, and so the Rystrom family, and they had a dairy on Linden and grew lima beans and had cows. And it turns out that my great-grandmother actually was a painter, a landscape painter. And then my grandparents lived here, my parents lived here, and I have 3 daughters, Rose, Natasha, and Lily. So we've just continued on. We'd really like to just continue the legacy.
Now, I've heard about that nursery on Linden. Tell me about that.
The gallery and
not the nursery. What type of farm was on Linden?
Like lima beans and a dairy.
Oh, the dairy, yeah.
Yeah.
What was the name of the dairy?
I don't know, but I think later it became not Vista Del Mar, or the people that owned Vista Del Mar then bought that later. But it's right where the Mormon church is now.
And so it was a large dairy, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I have old photographs of my great-grandfather milking a cow, and yeah.
Have you ever milked a cow?
No.
Would you like to?
I don't think so.
Why did you become an artist?
Gosh, I think I just really appreciated and respected the local artists here, such as Arturo and a lot of the Oak Group. And I just wished I had those paintings, and one day I decided just to do a painting. And ever since then, I've painted every day.
What or who influences your art?
Well, just to reiterate, the Oak Group, a lot of the plein air artists, and also the plein air artists of the early California Impressionists, like Arthur Matthews and William Wendt, all the artists around the 1910.
What feeling do you get when you're painting?
Well, just peace, and all the world kind of melts away and time just flies by. You think you're just going to do a few strokes on a canvas and one part of it, and then you look at your watch and like 3 or 4 hours have gone by. Yeah.
What would you say, what lessons have you learned in life?
With painting, or just in general? Well,
and with painting.
Well, I think for years I owned an interior design business. It was very competitive, very hostile in a way, but with all the painters in the area, they're so supportive and so sharing, and it's become just a really great network of friends that I've made since I started painting.
But in terms of what lessons you've learned in life?
Oh, just about, I think, people and friends. Connection with people is really, really important.
Okay.
Our community.
What's a story told about you by your family or friends? Is there a story that comes to mind that they tell about you from your youth or any point?
Not really, but my family all jokes about I was on Santa Cruz Island painting, and I was busy looking at the view, and I tripped and fell and broke my leg. So I'm not allowed back there again because they think I was irresponsible. And I wasn't drinking.
What advice do you have to people to be happy?
Paint. No. I think just do what you love. It doesn't matter if you make money or what people say, but just to do what you love. Somebody came in my gallery once and they wanted me to sell a painting, and it wasn't, it was like an animal. It wasn't appropriate like for a landscape, and I said, well, it probably wouldn't work here, and they were really disappointed. They said, well, I painted it for nothing. And I thought that was the saddest thing I ever heard, because people should do things for themselves. This is Carpinteria State Beach, where the creek comes, Franklin, I forget the name of that creek, no. Anyway, it's where the creek lets out at the beach, and that's a little bridge. And that's the mountains.
Can you tell me something more about how you did that, or the technique?
Oh,
or
sure. Actually, on Friday mornings, a group of carpentry artists meet and choose different spots. And one morning, we just showed up there at 9 o'clock, and everybody painted a different view. And I've always wanted to do this, especially the little reflections. It's always ever changing.
And what medium is it?
This is an oil.
Very nice. How much is it selling for?
Oh, $4.50.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
And would you care to give a website for people to look at your work?
So my gallery in plein air has a website, and it's called pleinaircarpinteria.com.
Okay, thank you.